Welcome back to Change Your Life. In this video, we're diving into the fascinating world of the Kennedy half dollar, a coin filled with iconic history, hidden stories, and unbelievable value. Today we explore the top 3 most valuable and most expensive Kennedy half dollars ever discovered in the United States. These coins may look ordinary, but behind their silver-colored shine lies a shocking past, rare minting mysteries, and treasures that collectors spend years hunting for. We begin with the Kennedy half dollar struck with no mint mark, a copper-nickel clad coin that often turns a soft silver shade after decades of use. Many of these have been found in dirty, worn-out condition, yet some hidden varieties carry unimaginable value, rising from simple pocket change to thousands, even millions of dollars in today's market. So before you spend that old half dollar lying around somewhere, stick with us, because you might be holding a silent fortune in your hands. And now, first up, coin number 1. The story of the 1973 no-mint mark Kennedy half dollar begins at a time when America was changing fast, politically, socially, and economically. Amid that transformation, the U.S. Mint continued producing the Kennedy half dollar as a tribute to President John F. Kennedy. But hidden inside the 1973 issue was a strange mystery. Even though Philadelphia minted them in millions, some coins escaped with details so unusual and so sharp that collectors today believe these were accidental masterpieces. This is where the legend of the 1973 no-mint mark half dollar truly begins. To the untrained eye, the coin looks simple, silver-colored, copper-nickel clad, slightly heavy in the hand. But after nearly 50 years, many surviving pieces have turned a faded, ghostly shade of silver mixed with a bluish-gray patina. Dirt, moisture, and constant circulation created a dull surface that hides the true beauty of the design. And ironically, this dirty and worn-down look is exactly what makes some collectors suspicious, because the rarest and most expensive versions of this coin were discovered in the most unexpected, roughest condition. The absence of a mint mark on the 1973 Kennedy is not a mistake. It was meant to be that way for Philadelphia coins. But the real shock comes when you closely inspect the details of certain surviving pieces. Some coins show doubled features on Kennedy's hair, faint distortions around the rim, or unusual metal flow lines that only appear when something goes wrong inside the mint. These tiny imperfections are what transform a common half dollar into a coin worth more than gold itself. The design of Kennedy on the obverse holds a certain quiet power. Even in its worn condition, his sharp profile symbolizes leadership, loss, and hope. Collectors often say that the 1973 no-mint mark version captures the president's energy in a way that later versions never could. On the reverse, the grand presidential seal, the eagle gripping arrows and olive branches, becomes a canvas for hidden minting flaws that can increase the value of the coin beyond imagination. Most people who handled this coin in the 70s and 80s spent it without a second thought. It traveled through grocery stores, gas stations, and vending machines. But what nobody realized back then was that a few batches of the 1973 no-mint mark half dollar were struck with unusually high pressure, creating razor-sharp rims and deeper-than-normal details. Today, those rare strikes are the ones that surprise collectors by selling for unbelievable prices. The coin's composition alone tells a dramatic story, a blend of copper and nickel, wrapped in a bright silver outer layer. Although not a real silver coin, its shine often misled people into believing it carried precious metal. Over time, the copper core reacted with the environment, giving some coins a rusty tone beneath the silver exterior. This natural aging created stunning color patterns, making some 1973 pieces look like one-of-a-kind masterpieces crafted by time itself. The shocking part of this coin's history is that some rare varieties have surfaced in completely unexpected locations: old toolboxes, forgotten drawers, thrift shop jars, and even highway toll baskets. And every time such a coin appears, it sends waves of excitement across the coin world because nobody knows how many rare ones remain undiscovered. That mystery alone lifts its value, making collectors pay huge premiums just for the chance to own one. In today's market, the rarest 1973 no-mint mark Kennedy half dollars can jump from pocket change to thousands of dollars in an instant. Some extraordinary pieces, especially those with dramatic minting errors, are whispered about in the collecting community as being potentially worth hundreds of thousands or even millions, depending on condition, rarity, and demand. This is why people call this coin a hidden fortune disguised as metal. What truly makes this coin dangerous to overlook is how ordinary it appears. It doesn't shine like silver. It doesn't feel rare. It doesn't scream value. Yet it carries the potential to rewrite someone's financial destiny overnight. Many collectors say that the 1973 Kennedy is proof that life-changing treasures don't always come wrapped in gold. Sometimes they come scratched, dirty, worn, and forgotten. So if you ever find a 1973 no-mint mark Kennedy $50 in a jar, in your pocket, or among old coins in your home, don't spend it. Don't ignore it. And definitely don't sell it cheap. Because this coin has the power to change your fortune in a single moment. It's more than a coin, it's a silent survivor from a different time, holding value far beyond what it was ever meant to be. And that is what makes the 1973 no-mint mark Kennedy $50 one of the most fascinating treasures in American coin history. The story of the 1993 no-mint mark Kennedy $50 begins quietly, almost unnoticed, hidden among millions of ordinary coins produced that year. But beneath its simple silver-colored surface lies a coin that has captured the attention of collectors and investors around the world. It was minted in Philadelphia without a mint mark, yet some batches came out with strikingly sharp details, unusual metal textures, and mysterious imperfections that today make this coin one of the most talked about modern treasures in American coin history. At first glance, the 1993 Kennedy $50 looks like any other clad coin, but its appearance can be deceiving. With time, exposure, moisture, and circulation, many 1993 halves have developed a dull gray-silver shade, losing their original brightness. Some show spots of deep blue or rusty brown patina, making them look aged, dirty, or damaged. But collectors know something shocking. Some of the most valuable coins ever found have come from the dirtiest coin jars, proving that condition doesn't always reveal true worth. When this coin was released, nobody imagined it would become a modern rarity. The U.S. Mint had already shifted away from silver decades earlier, using copper-nickel clad composition instead. But what sets the 1993 no-mint mark version apart are the subtle minting variations, slight doubling on Kennedy's hair, faint distortions on the lettering, or tiny cracks around the rim caused by stress dyes. These flaws, though unintentional, created a handful of coins worth far more than anyone could have predicted. The design itself holds the heart of this coin's power. Kennedy's profile on the obverse still carries the weight of history, the reflection of a president whose legacy shaped a nation. His image, even when worn or faded, carries an emotional pull that adds to the coin's desirability. On the reverse, the iconic presidential seal serves as a canvas for rare imperfections that increase a coin's value dramatically. Just one unusual strike can turn a regular $50 into a life-changing collector's piece. The metal inside the coin tells its own story. The copper core, wrapped in layers of nickel, often reveals itself through tiny orange-brown halos around the edge, especially on older or heavily circulated pieces. This natural aging gives many 1993 halves an antique appearance, as though they have traveled through countless hands and countless stories. Ironically, this aged look makes some collectors more interested, because rarity often hides beneath years of wear. Many of the rarest 1993 no-mint mark Kennedy $50 have been discovered in unexpected places, forgotten drawers, inherited coin boxes, thrift stores, garage sales, and even gas station trays. Each time one appears, it sends waves of excitement across the collecting community because nobody knows how many more rare examples exist. The uncertainty fuels the value, making every 1993 $50 a potential hidden fortune. Modern collectors know that the real treasure lies in minting mistakes, sharp strikes, or unusual metal flow patterns. The 1993 no-mint mark coin is famous for having several undocumented variations that experts still debate about. Some coins appear proof-like despite not being proofs. Others show deep mirrored fields with frosted devices, characteristics normally reserved for special issues. These strange variations have made this coin a modern mystery, adding drama to its collecting history. In today's market, the rarest 1993 no-mint Mark Kennedy half dollars can suddenly explode in value, especially when they have bold errors or unusually high-quality strikes. While most sell for modest prices, the extraordinary ones, the rarest of the rare, can climb to thousands or even dramatically higher numbers depending on the market's demand. Some collectors believe that in the future, these modern rarities may reach values once thought impossible. The true danger of this coin is how ordinary it looks. People spend it every day without knowing its hidden value. They drop it in vending machines, use it for change, or leave it forgotten in dusty corners. But inside that small circle of metal lies the potential to change someone's life overnight. Many collectors call this coin a sleeping giant, a quiet treasure waiting to be awakened. So if you ever find a 1993 no-mint Mark Kennedy half dollar, treat it with respect. Don't throw it away. Don't sell it cheaply. And definitely don't underestimate it. This coin may not shine like silver, but its hidden story, rare variations, and mysterious minting history have the power to rewrite your fortune in a single moment. It is a reminder that the greatest treasures are often the ones we never expect, hiding in plain sight, waiting for the right hands to reveal their true worth. The 1994 P. Kennedy half dollar begins its story inside the Philadelphia Mint, a place known for producing billions of coins, yet somehow allowing a few extraordinary treasures to slip into circulation unnoticed. Although millions of half dollars were minted in 1994, only a tiny number of them show strange characteristics, mysterious marks, unusual strikes, or rare errors that make collectors' hearts race. And that is where the legend of the 1994 P coin begins, with a coin that pretends to be common, but hides value that can shock even experienced investors. On the surface, this coin looks like ordinary pocket change, copper-nickel clad metal, silver-colored shine, and the familiar portrait of President John F. Kennedy. But as the decades rolled on, the bright shine of 1994 coins faded into a dull gray, often mixed with patches of rusty brown, dark shadows, or bluish toning caused by moisture and circulation. Many of these coins now look dirty, worn out, or damaged, yet collectors know that sometimes the most valuable ones hide behind the roughest appearance. The P Mint mark on this coin is more than just a letter, it is a silent indicator of the Philadelphia Mint's craftsmanship. But in 1994, something unusual happened. Some coins were struck with higher pressure, creating details sharper than normal. Others show doubling on Kennedy's profile, tiny cracks near the rim, or distortions around the date. These unintentional minting quirks turned a simple half dollar into a discovery worth hundreds or thousands of dollars, depending on rarity. The design of the 1994 P. Kennedy half dollar carries powerful symbolism. Kennedy's portrait, firm, determined, and full of history, reminds the world of his lasting influence. Even on worn or damaged coins, the strength of his profile still shines through. On the reverse, the majestic presidential seal tells another story, a nation rebuilding, remembering, and honoring. When rare strike varieties appear on the eagle or shield, their value skyrockets instantly because collectors know how few exist. The copper-nickel clad composition adds another layer to the mystery of this coin. While it is not made of real silver, its bright outer layer gives it a silver-like appearance. With time, the copper core inside begins to appear around the edges, giving old coins a reddish or brownish halo. But instead of reducing value, this aging effect sometimes increases curiosity, especially when the coin also carries a rare error or sharp strike, turning simple aging into a unique visual story. What truly shocks collectors is where the rare 1994 P. Kennedy half dollars are usually found, not in expensive coin shops, not in sealed rolls, but in the most unexpected places. People have discovered valuable pieces in donation boxes, old purses, inherited collections, and even stuck between couch cushions. The randomness of these discoveries makes every 1994 P coin in circulation a potential hidden jackpot. Among collectors and researchers, there are constant debates about how many rare 1994 P errors and sharp strike varieties exist. Some coins show proof-like surfaces even though they were not part of proof sets. Others have mirror-like fields mixed with frosty devices, almost resembling high-end collector strikes. These unexplained appearances add drama and mystery to the 1994p issue, making it one of the most unpredictable modern half dollars. In today's market, the rarest examples of the 1994p Kennedy half dollar can reach shocking values. While regular pieces may sell for small amounts, special varieties, like double dies, off-center strikes, missing layers, or unusually high-quality examples, can explode in value. Some collectors believe the most extraordinary pieces could reach prices in the thousands or even millions as the demand for modern rarities continues to rise. The real danger is how ordinary the coin looks. Most people ignore it. They spend it like normal change, drop it into coin jars, or leave it collecting dust. But one single rare 1994p half dollar can change someone's future overnight. These modern rarities are unpredictable, powerful, and often misunderstood, which is exactly why they are so valuable. So if you ever find a 1994p Kennedy half dollar, whether it's shiny or dirty, new-looking or heavily worn, don't rush to spend it. Look closely. Treat it like a potential treasure. Because this coin, hiding under layers of age, scratches, and dust, may carry the power to change your fortune in a single moment. It is more than a half dollar. It is a silent legend of American coin history, waiting for the right person to uncover its true worth.